Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my first 3 days on raw foods, raw vegan foods. If you don't know, I'm a vegan. I've been vegan for 10 years, a vegan and vegetarian for another 17 years before that, so 27 years veg. And in that time, I was fully raw for about 2 years, and then high raw for, a couple years in between that whole journey. So for me to jump back into raw, it's not too big of a change, too big of a deal. Well, it is a change now because I've been eating a lot of, not this past month so much, but the past year, processed foods, quick foods, those types of things. So it was definitely time for fully raw. Or close to it. And so that's what I did. If you are raw and you want to share your raw journey with me, please do that below in the comment section, or if you have any questions, I'll try and answer them. I am not a raw foods, professional or something, if there is those, but I would try and answer as best I can. This is just what makes me feel good and how I do it. And so, if you like this video, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. That's it. Let's get to it. So here we are at day 1. My first meal this day was not until about early afternoon. So this is what I felt like having. I just threw in some baby kale, chopped up some iceberg lettuce for a little freshness and put that in, and then added in some pomegranate seeds. It's funny because I was craving pomegranate seeds and my husband had actually bought one home from the store. I didn't even ask him. This was before I made my salad, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect, because I just really felt like having some. So I just, popped them freshly right onto the salad, added in this ginger dressing that I really enjoy from Makoto. And that was it for the first meal. It really hit the spot. It was so good. I like the little crunch of the pomegranate seeds. That was perfect in there. And then, I'm not sure how long later, but I felt like something sweet, quite sweet. So I chopped up a couple of gala apples, peeled and chopped them. That went into a bowl with some walnuts. And I chopped the walnuts a little roughly as well. And then to the top, I'm going to add a pinch of sea salt, just a little bit. That really brings the flavor together. It tastes kind of like an apple pie, just a little bit. And then also some pure maple syrup. And then I enjoyed this with my son. He really enjoyed it. So he had about, I want to say half of it. And I had the other half. And then we also had a couple of more walnuts just for a little snack after. So then later that night, I wanted to have collard wraps, but I didn't have any full collard greens, but I did have a bag of mixed greens, collards and mustard. So I just massaged that with a little bit of lemon and olive oil. That's what's in the bowl. And then I chopped up some sun-dried tomatoes, shredded carrots, and celery. Some seasonings, I think was sea salt, black pepper, and I put that, and a little garlic powder. I put that with the massaged kale and then put that on some iceberg lettuce leaves, and I had just some little kind of roll-ups, and that was delicious, very filling. I had this plate of 3, and I didn't share with anybody. So later on after that, I was feeling like another sweet snack. So I had about a half of a honeydew. The honeydew was not very sweet or that tasty at all, but so I just kind of picked at it. But you know, it wasn't horrible. It just wasn't as good as it could have been. So day 2, I started off with water, of course, in the morning, and then some fresh pineapple. I'm not sure how much of the pineapple I had. Maybe a third of the pineapple after I cut it up. I bought 2 of them. I'll have another one the next day. Later on, I had a baby kale, iceberg lettuce, shredded carrot salad, and I think the dressing for this is just some olive oil and lemon, sea salt, and pepper. So it is a little chilly around here right now, finally. So I made this for me and the kids. We just had some golden milk. This has turmeric in it and cinnamon and I believe cloves, and it's so good. The cinnamon brings a sweetness. It's a Ceylon cinnamon and it brings a sweetness to it already. You don't need much more sweetener, but I added in just a little bit of maple as well, and we had that warm. And speaking of warm foods, when you're raw, I am not a person like who's afraid to warm up some milk and have a, warm beverage or something like that when I am high raw, or, to me that's okay. I know there are some people who, when they're fully raw, this would be a no-go, or they would check the temperature or something like that. I do not care. I just go with, what's, how my body feels, and trying to keep it in that 99% raw kind of area. So I'm fine with warm beverages, and that was delicious, especially when it's cold. So then later on, I did have some collard greens. So I had a collard wrap. Ingredients here are the same as you saw before when I did the lettuce wraps, except I added in some chopped walnuts. So I'm just going to pop that in there and roll it up like a little burrito or wrap. And it's so filling and so good. This is one of my favorite raw foods to eat, are collard wraps. I'll eat one every day. Or I should say more than one every day. So I had this one, and then I made another with the rest of it back there. So day 3, I started with my second pineapple. I love eating the core. Do you guys eat the core too? I find if I slice it thinly, then I can bite it better, but I love eating the pineapple cores. I never throw that out. So I had pineapple that morning, and then went in with another kale salad. This one is just some baby kale, ginger dressing, and some walnuts I crushed by hand, and oh my goodness, was it good. Me and my son shared it, and he went on and on about how good it was. And he wanted another one afterwards. It was just simple, but it was so delicious. So we went out for a hike, me and the fam. And then we got a bite to eat afterwards. So this is at Veggie Grill. I got the Caesar salad, and I subbed, instead of the chickpeas, I got more of the tempeh bacon. And you can see what they're having there. We had a long hike, so everyone was really hungry. And no, I'm sure that sprinkle of vegan cheese on the salad was not raw, and the tempeh bacon is not either. But again, I'm okay with, that while we're out. So that's fine to me, and it was delicious and filling. So then I came back home. We came back home, and then a little bit later in the night, me and my son shared the other half of that pineapple. And then this is later on, even later, I felt like something kind of creamy and really, really filling. So this is zucchini shredded with tahini, sea salt, pepper, and nutritional yeast. And I mixed that up, put it in with some carrots for a little bit of a sweet and a little bit of a crunch. and rolled that up, and me and my son shared that as well. He really enjoyed this one too. That's something great about being back high raw or fully raw is, the kids eat whatever I eat and always want to eat my food. So they're getting a lot of raw foods right now as well, which is amazing. You can see how juicy and messy that was. So that's it, you guys. This was the first 3 days on my raw vegan journey. This is just the beginning, I'm going to continue on and I will document that. If everyone is interested, please let me know if you're interested below. And I will keep showing, what I eat, what I am eating while I am fully raw / high raw. Like this video if you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.